Good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to yet another talk show hosted by the Entrepreneurship and Incubation Cell of HR College of Commerce and Economics. We hope all of you are doing well. I am Kavya Khare, the Deputy Director of the Editorial Department.
And I'm Samanvay, committee member, and we shall be your host for the evening.
Before we begin with this exciting session, I would like to introduce our esteemed principal, Dr. Pooja Ramchandani, who has been a constant pillar of support and guidance for all of us. Her constant encouragement has always motivated us to push our boundaries and achieve excellence.
I would also like to introduce our esteemed vice principal and professor in charge of ESIL, Dr. Naveen Punjabi. Dr. Naveen Punjabi is the backbone of ESIL, who always guides, supports, and mentors all of us, enabling us to pursue our goals of establishing an ecosystem of entrepreneurs who will be the leaders of tomorrow.
For our talk show today, we have one of the most innovative minds of India, who is none other than the co-founder of Metvi, Mr. Rajan Luthra. Metvi is an automated, intuitive platform that provides need-based networking. Metvi ranked 4th in Times App Search and was shortlisted for Y Combinator Startup School 2019. Sir, we are glad to have you on board and are excited to hear more of your experiences at Y Combinator. Would you like to say something to our audience?
Thank you, Kavya, for this lovely introduction, and hi, everyone. I hope you all are doing great, and it's amazing that it's a festive season, and obviously it's a Saturday evening, so I'm like overwhelmed to see so many people, right? Because yes, again, talking about a topic like fundraising, right, which probably can be theoretical, can be very monotonous. But since you guys have joined this Saturday evenings, I'll try to make this thing as interactive and interesting for you. Um, Talking about my experience at Y Combinator Startup School. So, we had a great experience. I will tell you how we started Metvi. I'll also talk about my Y Combinator Startup School experience. And then probably I can talk more about fundraising and do and don'ts and how you actually go about fundraising, right? So when we did our Y Combinator Startup School, earlier in 2019, it was a closed program. Closed program in sense you have to apply and then they will shortlist you. You have to fill an application and then they will shortlist you. And then if you get selected, you will be the part of the YC Startup School. Now the thing is very different. It's a open thing for everyone. So anyone can go and apply and can be a part of YC Startup School, right? So that the time we did our startup school, it was again it's a thing that if they shortlist you, then only you can be a part of it. And my experience was very good because you get a lot of insights in the form of the lectures, okay, by industry experts, and they also give you some particular, task that what suppose in week one you have studied a particular thing, and you have to submit your updates to YC Startup School that what you have done in that particular week one, right? And week two and week three and week four. So they also monitor your progress. If you will don't submit your updates in a document form, you will not be able to unlock the next sessions. So it is as simple as that, right? So that people take it very seriously. So first thing that you can only register if you have a proper incorporated company. So simply you cannot just go and register yourself if you're ABC person, right? So you need to incorporate by a company name. So it's a prerequisite that you need to have a legal entity or incorporation, because that is how we also applied. The second thing I really liked about Startup School is that, again, you are bound to send updates, otherwise you won't be able to complete the program. So we had to tell them that what we progressed in terms of users, in terms of product, in terms of marketing, in terms of, again, user growth. And then we get access to the next sessions. The third activity that was involved and which I really found great again was that once in a week, they connect you randomly with the other startup founders in a meeting of like maximum 4 to 5. So again, they make some meeting room, and in that meeting rooms, randomly they select 4 to 5 startup founders, and they connect them with each other for a 30 or 40 minutes Zoom call. So right, you get to interact with other startup founders, not just in India, but across the globe. Okay, when you have to prepare updates. So it's like a check for you also, because if in some week you don't have anything to write, so again, it's a sort of an introspection that you did not do any progress. So it makes you to think that, okay, you need to do something concrete because the update has to go there. And the sessions and the library that they provide, it's an online library, it's an open source library, and anyone can go and see Y Combinator sessions. Believe me, they're really amazing. There are some of the sessions which I can also mention, like how to find a product market fit. So if you go on YouTube and see a video of Y Combinator Startup School, amazing session. How to find PMF, how to, again, uh, how to go about ideation, right? So they have sessions on like each subtopic, on fundraising, on ideation, on how to find a product market fit, how to do a user growth. And in those sessions, the faculty that is coming, like someone who has worked, in Facebook, VP of Facebook, who has worked in growth for so many years. So the kind of a people that come from Airbnb, from Facebook, from Google, Amazon, the kind of a faculty that they have is something I believe that they bring a lot of experience, and they tell you about the real use cases, right? What actually happens. So they don't just talk about the theoretical part, but they tell their experiences also, that how they were able to solve a particular problem, right, at a particular point of time. So when you I mean, when you learn by people experiences, you learn fast, and I think you learn in a better way, because maybe what's written in books is right, but if I'm telling you that I did the same thing, but this was the consequence, so it allows you to judge a particular situation in a better way, because you know that if I go by this way, this can be the replications. Because in real world, things are very different, right? You don't know how companies act work, you don't know how actually वो जो बुक्स बनी थी तब इंडिया का स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम कैसा था, अब इंडिया का स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम कैसा है, राइट? If I talk about last 3 years, there are so many unicorns that have come up. जितने लास्ट के, आई थिंक आज तक जितने यूनिकॉर्न्स नहीं हुए, उतना उससे ज्यादा तो लास्ट के 1 या 2 साल में यूनिकॉर्न्स यू आर एबल टू सी, राइट? Some startups have reached to the IPO stage, like Nykaa. I think yesterday or day before yesterday, they launched their IPO, right? Zomato have already launched their IPO. Paytm is coming up with their IPO. So again, it's a sign that this market is hot, and this ecosystem is going to increase multiple times. So now it means that people are willing to invest in startups, and at the same time, there are a lot of budding startups who can be possibly unicorn, right? And talking about Metme, we started Metme in 2018 when I was in my second year of college. Okay, and I had no entrepreneurial experience. And when I say no, believe me, I had no clue what angel investor means, what venture capitalist means, what do you mean by dilution, what do you mean by valuations, how do you define valuations, how do you pitch, how do you make a pitch deck, right? How do you incorporate an entity? And neither I had anyone who did startup in the past from my family or in my friends. So no person in the background which has done startup before or is familiar with all of these things. So in our case, like me and Shaurya, we both started this company in second. I was in my second year, he was in his first year. So we did everything on our own. So hota hai na ki you do something and then you fail and then you learn and then you do it again. So we hit and trial at every level, and then we see what is working and what is not. As we started after 6 months of our incorporation, I mean, when I was like 19, we were able to raise our first round of funding by an incubation that is backed by Delhi government. So yeah, I mean, I think that we were fortunate at that level that first fundraise happened even after, just after 6 months after the incorporation, right? Otherwise, I have also seen startups like 1 saal hota hai, 2 saal hota hai, but they haven't closed their first round of fund. But we were able to do that. And why we were able to do that, there are few insights which I'm going to share today with all of you, right? So first thing, whenever you are going for fundraise, and don't just think this is something that if they're funding us, don't think in a way that if they're funding us, so matlab, they are doing a favor on us, right? और अगर हम investors के पास जाएंगे and we'll request them to invest, right? If you will keep this mindset, again, you are going with this impression that you're trying to please them, right? or maybe are too desperate for funds. Always try to understand that it's a business deal. You need to understand from the first principle why actually people invest in startups. Because earlier people used to invest in bank FDs, which had a very low rate of interest. Then they started investing into equities, which had a comparatively larger rate of interest. Then they started investing maybe in some other financial instrument. And now people are also investing in startups in an expectation that they will get a return of 5x, 10x, 20x in some years, right? So for some people, it's an instrument where they can invest. It's a way how they can make more money. So if you are solving a particular problem and you are going to them, जितना तुम्हारे लिए important है उतना obviously if it's a good thing and you are making a good product, it's important for them also because they're getting a good investment out of it. So it's a partnership, it's a deal. So don't go in a way. I agree that I think the problem is that there are too many startups, but maybe there are very less investors. So every investor out of maybe 100 or maybe out of 200, they have to find one startup probably to invest. Right. So again, this thing becomes very difficult because again, you have to just understand कि demand supply है कि एक investor है तो उसके पास 100 लोग ideas लेके आते होंगे, right? सबका हो सकता है आइडिया इक्वली अच्छा ना हो, कि कोई प्रोडक्ट लेवल पे हो, कोई सिर्फ आइडिएशन लेवल पे हो, कोई रेवेन्यू पे हो, कोई ग्रोथ स्टेज पे हो. So they get pitches, they get 100 pitches, they get 200 pitches. So that is why I mean, if I just make if मुझे कोई आइडिया आया, मैं इन्वेस्टर्स के पास चला गया बिना किसी प्रोडक्ट के, बिना किसी यूजर बेस के, बिना किसी रेवेन्यू के, तो you also know that what are the chances of me getting in funded. Condition I don't have any prior experience of working in any startup or building any startup. The chances are very less, right? Obviously. So the thing is that when we went for our fundraise, we already had our product in place. We had our app in place, which was our prototype. We were able to get 8,000 users in just 15 days with zero cost of marketing. Okay, so in that way, if you go with a product, even if that product is not a final product, it doesn't matter. It should be a MVP. So fundraising में startups में term होती है minimum viable product. Okay, it means that the product is completing or fulfilling the basic functionality, but maybe the product is not that attractive. Are you able to understand what I'm saying? And when people are using it, it's a sort of a validation or proof of concept that what I'm doing, there are people joining in, signing up for it. It means this thing has got some sort of a validation, which in investor terms or startup terms, you call traction. So they will come and they will ask you, what is a traction? So traction means nothing but a quantitative evidence of customer demand. My product has some demand, early demand, and I can prove it in quantitative terms. Now it can be some transactions, it can be some users, it can be some signups, it can be some clicks, it can be any sort of it can take any sort of a way, depends upon your business model, right? So once you have product in place, a minimum viable product, once you have some amount of traction, okay, you have a proper, maybe a right set of co-founders, or maybe have a team in place, because team also is one of the most important parameter which helps them to take a decision whether to invest or not. अगर आप अकेले चलेगा, आप इतना सब कुछ पिच कर रहे हो, तो अगर उन्होंने आज आपको 10 लाख दे भी दिए और आपके पास बिल्कुल ही टीम नहीं है, तो एक उनके माइंड में ये भी रहेगा कि हाउ द पर्सन विल मैनेज एवरीथिंग अलोन, कंसीडरिंग दैट दिस पर्सन हैज ओनली लिमिटेड स्किल सेट, राइट? सो इफ यू have a good or balanced founding team, maybe you have 3 people in founding team, 2 people in founding team, 4 people, but you're able to justify that, okay, I have taken this person for this thing, and this is the past experience of this team member. So the 5 T's generally they see that what is the timing, कि किस time पे आप launch कर रहे चीज. Suppose if I talk about education technology, so anything that you do in education technology will attract a lot of investors, right? Because post-pandemic things have turned online. So it means timing. This is maybe the right time. The market is going to increase, right? So one T can be traction. That traction means what kind of again, the demand that you're getting, right? तुम्हारे product पे कितने लोग हैं, कितना activity हो रहा है. Then there's one which is called team. Then there's one called which is called technology. एक fifth T है. क्या? Is there anyone who can tell me what is the fifth T? What they look for? Now you can make some guesses. Even if it's wrong, I'll like it doesn't matter. सबसे important क्या है जो वो देखेंगे?
Transactions.
Transactions नहीं, वो तो traction में cover हो गए ना. Traction can also be in the form of transactions. Target problem. What problem you are targeting or trying to solve? Because जब तक तुम उनको यही नहीं बताओगे क्या प्रॉब्लम तुम सॉल्व कर रहे हो, when the problem will not be clear in your mind, how you will be able to create a solution out of it and then a business model out of it. So startups are all about solving a problem and then you obviously monetize it later on, right? And that is how you create a business model. So ideally it goes like they will see target problem, what problem you're trying to solve, what is the team, like how is the team, then they see what kind of a technology you are building on, what is the timing, and what is attraction. So then they call the 5 T's of fundraising. All start from T, right? So I think these are the few things that they look for. So even if you are going for fundraise, don't just, maybe if you're not confident कि हमें सीधा directly angel investor से fund मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा, you can apply to incubators. So in different colleges, there are different e-cells, and with e-cells there's also incubation centers, right? I'm not sure that whether you college have an incubation or not, but you must be familiar with this term incubation. So you can also apply to incubator. For those people who don't know what is incubation, basically there are some institutions which help startups at a very early stage. So what they do कि आप incubation center में आप अपना idea submit करा, if they liked it, they will come, they will provide you with some resources. They will also give you their team to help you out with different things like accountancy, legal, right, where you don't have any expertise. ऐसा होता है ना कि कंपनी क्रिएट करनी है बट वी डोंट नो हाउ टू इशू शेयर्स, वी डोंट नो हाउ टू मेक अ शेयर होल्डर एग्रीमेंट, राइट? वी डोंट नो हाउ टू गो अबाउट लीगल थिंग्स. So you can also take these particular services from an incubation center. They can help you because they have all the experts in place. And they also give you some money. They also give you some working space. So that is how incubation center functions. But उनका main motive profit नहीं होता, उनका main motive होता है because they want to promote the startup ecosystem. So we initially got incubated from an incubation center which is called Instact Foundation, that is backed by Delhi government. So they gave us our first round of funding, right? It was an incubation center. Then recently we got incubated by incubation center of IIM Bangalore. So we're also incubated at IIM Bangalore. So I mean, they also offer working space. We can go at IIM, we can work there, right? But since because of pandemic, the things have been remotely. But again, when you actually get this incubation centers, I think money is something that you get, but more, which I think the thing which is more important is that the value or the kind of a guidance or mentorship that you get, right? Because you get all the experts at one place. Plus, then they also help you to connect with other investors in future. So far, if guys see, I'm continuously speaking, but as I mentioned, I want it to be very interactive. So I will be keeping, like I want you guys to ask more questions, because then I will know in which area probably you would be needing my help or you want to know more about.
So we have a lot of questions. I think we prepared a lot of questions for you.
You can start shooting them.
Yeah, Kavya, you can start.
Sure. So, sir, since Metvi is a networking platform, how important do you feel networking is for students and professionals, and how has networking personally helped you?
So talking about Metvi, we did a pivot during our journey, and I hope you understand pivot. Pivot means when you slightly change your business model, right? So we realized that why people do professional networking. आप किसी से प्रोफेशनली नेटवर्क क्यों करोगे? सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन अगर मैं आपसे पूछूं तो बहुत सारे लोग भी बोलेंगे या तो हमें जॉब चाहिए या इंटर्नशिप चाहिए. Obviously we'll network with someone, try to get a job reference, right? The second thing, you want to learn something from the other person, right? And that comes into mentorship. दो चीजों की वजह से you will be doing networking, either job or guidance, mentorship, right? So what we did, we focused on this mentorship use case, and we realized that there's a lot of people available, like lot of people there in the market who want to learn different things like entrepreneurship. Like you guys want to do your own startup, but maybe you don't know how to go about it. So you want to learn entrepreneurship as a skill. You want, maybe you want mentorship in that particular case. Someone wants to learn designing. Now designing is a thing that you can learn by the information which is available on internet. But the problem is that unless and until you don't practice design, और जैसे जब तक तुम खुद बना के डिजाइन करके डिस्कस नहीं करोगे तो तुम you would not be able to learn that skill set completely, right? So there's some skills that can be learned online through recorded classes, but the experience will not be good because they involve some sort of a professional judgment or an analysis. If I tell you that you have to learn digital marketing, तो क्या बस वीडियोस देख लिया डिजिटल मार्केटिंग खत्म हो गया? Obviously, you will have some budget, you will run some paid campaigns, right? Or if I tell you that you need to learn stock markets, can you learn stock markets without actually going in the market and trading? So we realize all these skills can be learned on internet, but I think the value proposition will not be that great because they involve some amount of professional judgment. अब जैसे एक्सेल सीखना है, आपको पता है कंट्रोल वी करा या VLOOKUP का ये फॉर्मूला पढ़ लिया, एक्सेल आ गया. You have to replicate the formula, right? But if I tell you that you need to learn how to run campaigns, पहले कैंपेन रन करोगे, देखो ये कॉस्ट पर लीड तो बहुत बढ़ गया, अब क्या करें? अब इसका तो सॉल्यूशन वीडियो में भी नहीं था कि क्या कर सकते हैं. So you are stuck there, right? So it means there are some skills that involves a two-way communication. The communication cannot be just from an informal recorded sessions कि हमने देखी और learn हो गया, सीख लिए. Technical analysis तुम सीखते हो, stock market सीखते हो. You have to go into the market. You have to do some trade, and then you will get an understanding that in real life this is how things work. How many of you agree with this thing or not? That you tried learning these things online, but didn't work out very well.
Sir, I think everybody will agree to that.
So we realized this thing and we started a model which is called CBC, cohort-based courses, where you come and you learn from industry experts live. Like I'm talking about fundraising, you're learning about fundraising with me on a live class, right? So it would be a 30 days cohort where you can come and you can learn about entrepreneurship. If you can learn about artificial intelligence, you can learn about graphic designing, you can learn about how to write a research paper, you can learn about how to crack a job in a consultancy firm. So basically, the whole experience involves live sessions where people from industry will come and interact with you. For example, imagine learning sales from someone who has worked as a head of sales at Amazon. Or imagine that you're learning branding live from someone who has worked as a head of branding at PepsiCo.
Sir, I think.
So again, it helps because these people also bring their experience. कि मैंने ये 6 चीजें कर रखी है, I know that how they work. So in less time, maybe you would be able to understand more concepts, or maybe even if you're learning only one concept, that would be very clear theoretically as well as practically. Right. I think the problem is that there's too much information available on internet. But if you read it, but you're not able to apply it, then what is the point of having it there? Even I try to learn different things. Some skills are very easy to learn from this particular videos. I mean, if I want to learn Excel, maybe I can see some formulas, I can just put it. But if I want to learn skills like how to go about a startup, entrepreneurship कैसे सीखनी है? It's very difficult because when you do your own startup, every day is a very different. Every day will come with a very different, experience. It's a very roller coaster sort of a ride. One day will be very good. Maybe on the other day, you will see that everything is going like not what you expected, right? Happens a lot. So in that way, I don't think that this is something that can be clearly understand just by going through the recorded thing available, but we feel that it becomes more of a, so everyone needs some sort of a personalized mentorship. कि कोई actually someone will come and also understand what they're trying to do and then give them their personalized feedback that, okay, if you're working on this idea, probably you should do this. If you're working on this idea, probably you should do that, right? Because everyone is working on different things. So it requires some sort of a personalized mentorship, which should be real time. I'm not saying that maybe you should not go and learn online. I am a I go and learn a lot of stuff online, but again, what I believe that there's some skill sets that requires analytics and personal judgment, which you can only learn by doing, like designing, like running paid ads, maybe like trading, maybe like how to build a startup. You can only learn it if you are working on your own startup, right? You cannot just learn entrepreneurship by reading 10 books. Someone who hasn't read any book but has done their own startup probably would bring more use cases and experience. So theoretical knowledge is important, but we believe that practical things should also be there. So this is the importance of networking, that when you network with right people, and if you meet the right person at right time, you know कि मैं अच्छा, you get the that particular insight that helps you and which comes out of the experience that they bring. So instead of reading 10 pages or 15 or 20 pages, maybe you get a quick solution that how to do that particular thing, because they've already done that, been there, right? So I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, actually, that's a really great advice since everybody will agree that your network is your real net worth. So, yeah, moving on to the next question. Since you started this venture at a very young age, what kind of skills do you feel students should be building upon during their college years?
What skills should be
Yeah.
I think you see the again skills fix नहीं रह सकते, because देखो the thing is किसी का इंटरेस्ट हो सकता है डिजाइनिंग में हो, किसी का इंटरेस्ट हो सकता है टेक्नोलॉजी में हो. अब मैं सबको बोलूं कि आप सब कोडिंग सीखो, दैट इज नॉट अ राइट आंसर, बिकॉज सबको कोडिंग आएगी तो फिर डिजाइन कौन करेगा, राइट? And if someone is more inclined towards designing, someone is more inclined towards programming, that can be done. But pick one skill set and try to master it. The way you're mastering it, that in future you're earning just by giving your mind and not your time. Okay, some people just earn by their time कि मैंने 9 घंटे लगाए मुझे इतने पैसे मिले. Some people just earn by using their mind कि चाहे उन्होंने 1 घंटा लगाया बट उनको उतने ही पैसे मिलते हैं, because the only 1 hour was such so effective because उनकी एक्सपर्टीज इस लेवल की थी कि वो उसको ऑप्टिमाइज कर पाए, राइट? मतलब मैं कैसे समझाऊं कि again if you want to get your website developed, you will get multiple coders giving you different quotations, right? एक वेबसाइट डेवलप करोगे, हो सकता है कोई 1 लाख भी बोले, कोई 10 लाख भी बोले, same time का. So again, the person who can charge 10 lakhs, it depends that the kind of a skill set that he has, right? So whatever you are learning, try to be top 5% जितने भी लोग हैं, ठीक है? But the few skills which I want everyone to learn if they want to do their own startup is time management. It doesn't matter you are doing graphic designing or programming or tech founder or non-founder. If you don't know how to prioritize things, you won't be able to use your day effectively. If I say how to prioritize, it means suppose I know I have 10 things to do today. I will use Pareto principle, 20-80 rule, right? कि कौन से 20% टास्क है जिससे मेरा 80% वैल्यू क्रिएट होगा, तो मैं सिर्फ उन्हीं को पहले करूंगा. और मैं बहुत मतलब ब्रूटल होकर चीज बोलूंगा कि व्हेन आई प्रायोरिटाइज थिंग्स, वो बाकी की हो सकता है 8 चीजें मैं बिल्कुल ही इग्नोर कर दूं, या जो मेरी मीटिंग्स है मैं उनको बिल्कुल ही कैंसिल करके कल रीशेड्यूल करा दूं. समटाइम्स व्हाट हैपेंस विद अस कि हमें लगता है कि 10 की 10 चीजें पहले कौन सी करें बाद में कौन सी करें, इतना कंफ्यूजन है कि कोई भी नहीं हो पाती. So if you follow this Pareto principle and you know how to prioritize things, even time management is a skill set people don't talk about, but yes, it is a skill set. Maybe that cannot be learned theoretically, but that can be learned by practicing. Okay, then I think the second important skill set according to me is having an understanding of product and design. When I say कि आपको product का knowledge होना चाहिए, it doesn't mean कि आपको product code करना आना चाहिए, because that is not possible in every case, right? but at least you should know the fundamentals of the product. कि जो मेरा प्रोडक्ट है मैं उसको किस तरीके से सामने वाले को समझाऊं, इवन इफ आई एम गेटिंग इट कोड फ्रॉम समवन एल्स, या मैं उसको किस तरीके से बाद में चेक कर पाऊं या उसको टेस्ट कर पाऊं. As a founder, the product is also your responsibility. Maybe you have given it to someone else to code, but at the end of the day, you also have to guide the tech team now that this is what I want. So you have that ability to communicate what you want, to make the other person visualize that this is a product which I want. Okay, I think you should learn about design. Everyone should learn about design, product design. I will give you a very normal example that how design impact our lives. We all are super intelligent species, right? Again, Homo sapiens, and we have also created so many things. People have reached to the moon. Still, sometimes it happens that when you maybe are at a cafe or maybe you visit someone's home, you don't know whether to, and there's a door in front of you, get confused कि इस door को push करे या pull करे. How many times it happens that you get confused when you come across some doors and you don't know whether to push it or pull it or slide it? किसके साथ ऐसा हुआ है? So many now, what do you think? क्या प्रॉब्लम है कि हम इतने इंटेलिजेंट होने के बाद भी ये नहीं समझ पाते कि इसको पुश करें या पुल करें? So क्या ये हमारे साथ प्रॉब्लम थी या मे बी जो डोर का डिजाइन था उसके साथ एक फंडामेंटल प्रॉब्लम है कि वो सेल्फ एक्सप्लेनेटरी नहीं है यूजर्स को कि वेदर उसको पुश किया जाए पुल किया जाए. When research happened and it got to know that these doors have a fundamental design problem, that they're not self-explanatory. It's just a small example that how well-designed products can be self-explanatory, and if the products are not well-designed, even if it's a door, it can create some problem, right? तो तुम्हें कुछ concepts पता होने चाहिए कि my design should be self-explanatory. My design should deliver what I'm trying to build. Imagine yourself making a tech product and तुम उसमें इतने सारे तुमने graphics डाल दिए, colors डाल दिए, पूरा you just put it, neon colors डाल दिए. Because that will not, again, but maybe that particular theme will not go with what you're exactly trying to do, right? So basically you have to understand the basics of design. If you're making a particular social, you will see that most of the social media tech platforms have a white or blue color, most of the times. Like Twitter, like Facebook, because again, that is the whole design and color psychology. Blue is the color of trust. I know that maybe you don't know about colors and designs, but you should have the basic function. You should have this basic understanding of concepts. Ki at least you are able to start your product design, or even if you don't design it yourself, you are able to draw it on pen and paper. Wireframing aani chahiye. I was not able to make my app because I'm from commerce background, and I started a tech company, being from commerce background, right? So, but I knew that how to make this on pen and paper, how to make screens on pen and paper, and then I did a little wireframing and then I sent it to my developer that this is what I want. So learn how to do wireframe products on pen and paper, because ऐसा नहीं है कि product कोई भी हो, obviously you will need some sort of an app or website or some digital presence, right? So there you have to decide what to put and what not to put. So I think you should learn about basics of designing, basics of product management, time management, Pareto principle. The fourth thing you should learn is hiring, how to hire right people. Doesn't matter if you're a tech company, if you are a non-tech company, if you are a fintech company, if you are a agri-tech company. One thing is common in every startup, which is hiring good people, right? So when you talk to people, you develop a sense that you are able to understand कि हाँ क्या ये बंदा मेरे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए सही होगा या नहीं होगा. और वो तब होता है जब आप बहुत सारे लोगों से बात करते हो, बहुत उनके साथ काम करके देखते हो, तो you understand, you get the skill set that now if I will talk to someone, probably I'll get an idea that whether this person would be the right one for this particular job or not. because there you don't just have to see the skill set, but you also have to see the long-term goals of the other person, right? The temperament of the other person, the attitude, the skill set. A lot of things comes into the picture, right? When you actually hire someone. So hiring is one of the biggest problem that all startups face. So people management again. People कैसे मैनेज करोगे, हायर कैसे करोगे, लोग आपकी बात क्यों सुने? Because when you're working in a startup, all of you are of same age, right? The people who would be working with you sometimes would be elder than you. Then what is, तुम्हारे अंदर ऐसा क्या है कि वो तुम्हारी बात सुनेंगे? It comes under how you communicate, right? How do you manage your team? Because if you can show them the vision, even if you have created a particular position where they know and they respect you because obviously you are on a higher hierarchy, or maybe they just respect you because you started this thing and you have this vision, obviously they will listen to you. Sometimes managing people becomes a problem. Sometimes retaining people becomes a problem, that you make a team but then everyone leaves. Retention. These are the skill sets that are evergreen. मतलब मैं ये भी बोल सकता हूँ कि चलो आज तुमने टेक सीख लिया, फ्यूचर में एक ऐसी ऐप आ गई जिसपे बिना कोड के ऐप बन गया, नो कोड प्लेटफॉर्म्स. Do you agree with this thing or not? That maybe today you have learned Photoshop, tomorrow Figma is there and people are designing on Figma. These skills are important. But if you talk about hiring, you know how to hire people, you know how to talk to people. Do you think that this skill set can get expire anytime? क्या 50 साल बाद हायरिंग नहीं होगी? क्या 50 साल बाद यू टाइम मैनेज नहीं करना पड़ेगा? So people spend less time in analyzing these things. वो ये नहीं एनालाइज करते कि मैं किस तरीके से टाइम मैनेज कर रहा हूँ, या मैं किस तरीके से लोगों से बात कर रहा हूँ, या क्यों हो रहा है कि आई एम नॉट गेटिंग on the same page with other people. Why the team is maybe upset because of my communication. Why I'm not able to hire good people. Why people are leaving my product, because maybe there's some problem in the wireframing and all, or in the inherent design of the product, right? So अब you tell me that क्या ये चीजें कहीं पे लिखी हैं कि ये skill sets होने चाहिए, but now do you believe that these are the real skill sets that one should have? एक स्टार्टअप में दूसरा स्टार्टअप करोगे, वहां पे प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन, हायरिंग, टाइम मैनेजमेंट आना चाहिए. So you can get master in one skill set. Obviously, it will help you to earn a lot of money. But again, if you want to do multiple businesses, or if you want to take things at the next level, you should have negotiation skills, how to understand a person and negotiate. Right? Negotiation will come at हर तरीके से आएगा negotiation. Sometimes you will negotiate for money, sometimes you will negotiate for your time. Right? That I cannot give you this much time. I cannot give you maybe 2 hours. Maybe I can do that thing in 1 hour, or I can only give you 1 hour. And believe me, the moment you will realize time is the real currency. If you are not valuing your time, and if you're putting time over money, in long term, you will understand that time is something which is the most important thing. Most. So if you're not valuing your time, probably you won't. Again, if you're doing your business and you're not valuing your time, you will face problems. Because कॉलेज में क्या होता है, हमारे पास बहुत टाइम होता है, जो कि अगेन मेरे साथ तो ऐसा था कि आई एम अ स्टूडेंट ऑफ दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी, सो क्लासेस का बहुत चिल सीन था. ओके, very chill scene. I mean, there was no such that you have to maintain minimum attendance. Okay, my attendance was in single digit में थी. तो वहां पे क्या था, you have a lot of time, right? And जब आपके पास ज्यादा टाइम होता है तभी आप उसको वेस्ट ज्यादा करते हो. टाइम तुम्हारे पास जितना ज्यादा होगा ना, उतना ज्यादा ही आप वेस्ट करोगे. Okay, so always keep yourself busy in some particular activity, so you end up having very less time, because then only you will use it wisely. So when I started Metvi, believe me, I had no time. I mean, one moment I had like my societies में active था. I was the sponsorship head for my society. I was in actors. I was working on social entrepreneurship models. I had time, so what I did, I participated in these activities. So again, I had less time. When I started my own company, I was working like 17 or 18 hours in a day. 17 to 18 hours. I mean, I shifted to my co-founder's place. मैं उसके घर ही चला गया और एक महीना वही रहा. कि बार बार कौन अपने घर से उसके घर आएगा फिर सुबह. आई मीन आई स्टेड इन फरीदाबाद, ही स्टेइंग इन गुड़गांव. तो मुझे लगता था कि सुबह आओ शाम को. मैं एक महीना उसके घर ही आ गया. राइट. सो लिटरली एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम we were working like we were like sleeping like 4 or 5 hours, and that's it. And rest of the time we are working because we are at a very initial stage, so we did not had anything but just an idea and nothing else. So we had to build everything from scratch, even the branding, marketing. If some we had to create awareness, we had to let people know what we are doing. We had to manage. We have to make a team be in place permanently, right? But now again, that hustle helped us to create a base on which we are able to build a business, right? At least if I talk about Metri now, people are aware that okay, this is something that they're trying to do. But when you just start, again, there is no awareness. So why will someone subscribe to your product when they even don't know about it? Word of mouth नहीं होता, problem आती है. Okay, but again, now then when I hustled this much, I also realized that ठीक है भाई 17-16 घंटे हो गया, but again, if you are just overburdening yourself every day, then that thing is also not right. So again, come back to the 80-20 rule. कि 20% जो high priority task है आज कर लो, rest maybe you can postpone to tomorrow. And you have to strike a balance between your work and I will not say leisure time, but the time that again you need proper rest also, right? Because आप एक महीने तक तो ऐसा रूटीन फॉलो कर लोगे कि जब आप 3-3 घंटे सो रहे हो, उसके बाद आप जो बीमार हो गए, आप फिर 10 दिन के लिए बीमार हो जाओगे. वो 10 दिन वेस्ट हो गए. तो बात तो वही पड़ गई ना एक तरीके से. प्रोडक्टिविटी, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट प्रोडक्टिविटी, if I say that I work for like 1 month and I work for 17 hours in a day and then I got fall sick because maybe I wasn't able to take that much and I fall sick for like 7 days. तो मुझे लगता है कि प्रोडक्टिविटी तो बिल्कुल ही बैलेंस हो गई. तो डोंट यू ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड योरसेल्फ आल्सो. अब मैं उस टाइम नहीं करता था ये चीज. मुझे नहीं पता था कि मैं कितना मतलब कितना अपने आप को एक्सर्ट कर सकता हूँ. जितना काम हो गया कर लिया. बट नाउ आई नो दैट इफ अगर मुझे लग रहा है रात को दैट ओके दिस इज समथिंग लाइक हो गया आज का, so what I'll do, I'll just shut down my laptop and I'll take that thing tomorrow. So you also get to spend time with yourself, try to understand yourself कि तुम किस तरीके से मैनेज कर सकते हो कि because you also have to take care of your health also, your mental peace also, right? So not just physical health but mental health also. People even don't talk about mental health, but as an entrepreneur, I think that the journey, the road that you're walking is, again, it's a road that is less taken, right? We used to read about this poem, The Road Less Taken. I don't know how many of you remember. So this is like a very similar journey. You will see people doing different things, getting successful in their lives, getting a great package of 20, 25, 30 lakhs, and you are trying to do something of your own and no money is coming in. Psychologically pressure आता है, right? कि वो तो महीने के दो उनको मतलब महीने का they are earning 1.5 lakhs. You're not earning that much. So psychologically, how you will deal with that pressure? Now, don't you think that this is something that people should talk about? Then you have to keep faith in yourself and try to make yourself understand that what you're trying to do, if get converted according to the expectation, then probably you can make 10 or 20 times more than money what they're making. Right. Plus, I think the best thing about entrepreneurship is that you have complete freedom of how you want to manage your time. I mean, if I don't like, again, I mean, there's no foundation that if I'm supposed to keep a meeting at 10, then I have to take it at 10. If I feel like I can take it at 3 also, I can shift it. राइट. तो ऐसा भी होता है कि मतलब अभी what we did last month, me and my co-founder, we just picked our laptops and we just went to Manali. कि वहीं से we'll just work from there only. So completely vacation thing. So again, because you're not reporting to anyone, if you know that you have an internet and you have a laptop and you can work from anywhere, we did that. तो इससे हमारा काम भी इतना सफल नहीं हुआ, and we got a sort of a break also, right? So I think mentally you have to understand, I mean, you have to keep your mental peace in place, and then psychologically you also have to understand that sometimes it, अभी तो प्रेशर नहीं आएगा, फर्स्ट ईयर सेकंड ईयर में ना आए, थर्ड ईयर में जब प्लेसमेंट हो सकता है प्रेशर पड़े कि आप अपने स्टार्टअप पे काम करो, बाकी सब प्लेस हो गए. Right, I did a job for a year because again we actually raised a very small amount, so I did a job, full-time job, and along with that I was doing my startup. So I used to work from 10 to 6 in my office, full-time job. And then after my office, I used to work on my startup. But then we were able to raise one more round. So I realized that now again we have to go at like grow at a faster pace. And I left my job. I resigned in the middle of the pandemic, and I took a full-time role. So then I started working full-time at Metvi. So we are seeing 99. Okay, I'm just seeing right now all the messages and it's 99 plus. So again, one more thing which I would want you to understand is that you have to be updated about what is happening in the world. See, technology is changing at such a pace. Believe me, the moment तुम्हें लगेगा अच्छा ये चीज चल रही है, let's do something in this thing. जब तक तुम प्रोडक्ट क्रिएट करोगे, टेक्नोलॉजी चेंज हो चुकी होगी. And this is which is happening right now, right? You see internet. If I talk about just before 2 years, how many cryptocurrency wallets were there in India? Just 15 months before or 2 years before. And now how many Bitcoin wallet you can see? Are you seeing the speed at which things are changing? Soon everything will transform to blockchain. Soon everything will transform to AR, VR. Facebook changed his name. Facebook changed the company name, right? To Meta. And in that video, they talked about audio reality and virtual reality. So probably maybe that is the next future. So you also have to understand that in which direction things are moving and how they can possibly change. And then you have to maybe prepare yourself accordingly. Because anything that you are doing at this point of time, think from a long-term perspective. Even things, ये सोचना कि 30 साल बाद जो मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ वो मतलब जो भी स्किल सेट मैं सीख रहा हूँ क्या वो रिडंडेंट तो नहीं हो जाएगा? रिडंडेंट इन सेंस आउटडेटेड भी हो सकता है वो. So you have to keep yourself updated about the developments happening across the world. So be more aware, right? What is happening maybe in this industry, what is happening maybe in tech thing. Okay, and obviously one more skill set which I missed out is that have a good command on numbers. Try to read numbers. Numbers in sense, if investors will ask you how your growth trajectory will look like. So you have to tell them that our revenues will grow at this stage. तो वो रेवेन्यू की कैलकुलेशन कैसे करोगे, वो वैल्यूएशन कैसे कैलकुलेट करोगे, उसके लिए यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड बेसिक एक्सेल एंड यू नीड टू जस्ट हैव अ अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ हाउ बेसिकली दीज थिंग्स एक्चुअली वर्क आउट, राइट? हाउ डू यू show them the cost sheet and break down your cost, and if you are going and asking them that give me 3 crores and they ask you that how you will utilize it, so you need to have a breakup of that amount, right? They will also ask you that how your revenue numbers are going to look like, how your user growth is going to look like. So you need to do that basic projection, taking some assumptions. So how to make that cost sheet, how to make that pitch deck. So the basic presentation skills you should learn. Again, नंबर्स की नॉलेज सबको, फाइनेंस का थोड़ा बहुत आई थिंक सबको ही होना चाहिए, इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ तुम्हारा क्या स्किल सेट है, क्योंकि तुम खुद का पर्सनल फाइनेंस भी मैनेज करोगे. Even if you are not from finance background, if you will be having money, obviously you will invest somewhere to get more returns, right? So that brings you again to the finance. Right now you maybe are not, maybe if you're not reading about it too much, you would be knowing कि mutual funds है और बैंक है और maybe equity है, but उसके अलावा हो सकता है बहुत सारे options हैं. So have this thing like understand how to talk to people, understand how to negotiate, understand how to manage time, understand how to do hiring, because these things, these skill sets will never go obsolete. Right? Even after 40 years, you will see people hiring, you will see people managing other people, right? You will see people prioritizing their task on a daily basis. सुनने में लग रहा है आसान है कितना, प्रायोरिटाइज ही तो करना है. Believe me, it's not that easy, because when 10 things are there and you are accountable for all of them, then it creates a sort of a pressure that कौन सी pick करनी है कौन सी नहीं करनी है. But once it gets into your habit, मतलब Pareto principle लगाना आ गया अच्छे से, then you would be able to manage things accordingly and you would be able to understand कि किसका कितना repercussions होंगे, किसको पहले करना किसको बाद में. Right? And I think I've already told you so many things, but one more learning which I have from my past experience is that even if you don't know anything about a particular thing, it doesn't matter. When I started my journey, I had no clue about how things work in startups, right? But then over a period of time, I was able to learn it. So if you don't have talent, it should not be a problem, because then you should have this consistency and self-discipline. I have to learn it, so you're doing it every day, right? So in long term, talent will not be able to take you to those places where discipline and consistency win. Okay. So, and believe me, I'm not just saying it because I've read it somewhere and out of a book that I've read, but I have experienced this thing, right? That maybe we were very ordinary when we started, but we had this discipline that if we have taken this thing, we have to do it, and we have to continuously give ours to that. ऐसा नहीं है कि आज करा फिर 3 दिन छोड़ दिया, फिर 4 दिन कर लिया, फिर 5 दिन छोड़ दिया. इन दिस वे कंपनी नहीं खड़ी हो सकती. अगर वो टाइम लग रहा है, डेली लग रहा है, कभी मन नहीं करेगा, कभी करेगा, कभी लगेगा कि मैं क्या ही कर रहा हूँ, कभी लगेगा कि कोई प्रोग्रेस ही नहीं हो रही, छोड़ देता हूँ. आपको 1000 बार लगेगा कि अभी नहीं हो रहा, छोड़ देता हूँ, चीजें वर्कआउट नहीं कर रही, इतना सब कुछ है, मैं कैसे करूंगा. But if you're able to convince yourself at that moment of time and continue and like be persistent, then obviously you would be able to scale it up. But सबको लगेगा एक point of time पे कि मैं ये कैसे करूंगा, how I'll be able to do it, right? It's so difficult, मतलब because it involves a lot of things, and then these things also makes you mentally strong, because आपने इतना pressure ले लिया है कि अब आपको you have become used to of that pressure. So you have become mentally strong, right? I know that I have to manage the product also, the finance also, the fundraising also, the investor relation also, the branding also, marketing also, hiring also, community engagement also, right? There are probably more 10 things which I'm not able to recall right now. But when you manage so many things, you, even if maybe your startup did not work out well, I think you would come as a very different person at the end of the journey. But again, it's my advice to everyone. ऐसा नहीं है कि बस startup में घुस गए. Also, you also have to see that again, different people have different cases. For example, in my case, I belong to a very middle class family, right? So startup was something which was a very risky thing for me, right? So some people have a backup plan in the form of family business. Some people don't have a backup plan in form of family business. And either they have to choose their job, or they have to make us, we have to, I mean, they after college, they have this pressure of earning money because this is the demand of the family, or this is the demand of the situation, which is all right. And that can happen. So in that case also, even if you are doing a venture, job के साथ कर सकते हो, but never put yourself in a situation where you are getting financially unstable. Okay, so financial instability is not a good friend. बट इफ यू फील कि अभी तो हमें फाइनेंशियली स्टेबल होना, तो कोई बात नहीं, जस्ट स्टार्ट अ जॉब, maybe side hustle, do a startup, and when you see that the startup is going somewhere, maybe you can leave a job over a period of time, you can do some savings. But I will advise everyone that also, मतलब you have to decide, pick one path, but don't pick that path जिससे तुम्हें सिर्फ फाइनेंशियल इंस्टेबिलिटी आ रही है. अब तुम बोलोगे कि हम स्टार्टअप करें, तो स्टार्टअप में तो ये सब होता ही है. आई अग्री, बट व्हेन यू फेस दिस पर्टिकुलर इंस्टेबिलिटी, मेंटली तुम्हारे ऊपर और प्रेशर आ जाते हैं, एंड वो प्रेशर धीरे धीरे बढ़ता ही जाता है, राइट? So you can only perform at the best when you are not in pressure and you are without like a light and free mind. I mean, this happens in my case, that I think I can come up with good ideas when I don't have like pressure कि अभी करना है इस चीज को. So I think, how do you manage a space and then back with working? I mean, I had a really crazy scene. मैं ऑफिस से आता था and then I used to open my laptop and my family was like कि पता नहीं क्या कर रहा है, पूरा दिन काम करता रहता है, राइट? सैटरडे संडे को ऑफिस का ऑफ होता था, तो आई हैड टू वर्क ऑन माय स्टार्टअप. सो आई यूज्ड टू वर्क 7 days. I mean, today also I work 7 days, but again it depends. When I feel like I need to take a break, I take a break, because I also have to maintain my productivity. I don't have to uh, burn out, right?
So
yeah.
No, I was just saying that these tips shall really find a place in our journey too, and it would help us so much.
Again, that is why I didn't want it to be. I mean, I could have made it very theoretical कि valuation ऐसे होती है, fund raising ऐसे होती है, but what I believe that this is something that you should know about, because these things you will not get anywhere, right? You can obviously learn about the formulas, that how to do valuation. I already told you what thing the investor sees in the startup, and if you want to do a fundraise, go with the product, go with the traction, make a pitch deck in place, and try to go with this mindset that this is a deal. They're not doing a favor on you. They are also doing it for their returns. So it is equally important for them also to find a good investment, right? So go have a good investment and tell them that if you will invest, you will get this much amount. Be confident. And you can start early. There's no harm in starting early. कुछ लोग सोचते हैं मैं तो MBA के बाद स्टार्टअप करूंगा. ठीक है, I respect their opinions, but I mean, even if you have started early, probably you would be able to learn more things, because the more you fail, I think the more you learn. The earlier you fail, the earlier you learn. And that is the story of every startup founder. They started early, they failed early, they learned early, and then they were able to be at a comfortable position later on. And when at the same time other people were thinking to start at that point of time, when they already established a business, right? तुम किसी की भी स्टोरी उठा के पढ़ोगे जो अभी मे बी एट अ यंग एज इज डूइंग वेरी वेल, all have started early. Paytm, Zerodha, these companies started 10 years back. Zerodha started, like, I think Zerodha was founded in 2009 or 2010. उससे पहले से भी वो वेल्थ मैनेजमेंट में काम कर रहे होंगे. It became popular in last 5 years, right? So again, you never know that when the market will turn in your favor, and then you will be at the right place at right time. But you have to keep things going. अगर तुम एक शुरू करोगे 6 महीने बाद बोले कुछ हुआ ही नहीं, बंद कर देते हैं, तो ऐसे तो नहीं हो पाएगा. फिर तो शुरू भी मत करो, right? Because things will take time. You need to decide that how you're going to manage it. I have a family business in the way. I'm not sure to study something of my own, like how I should do it. So we have a question from Pankaj sir. I have a family business well established, but I'm not sure about it, and I want to establish something of my own, like a startup. So how should I do it? Because I have a pressure of continuing with a family business. Now don't think कि मुझे startup करना है. ऐसे बहुत problem आएगी. First, try to observe that how things are happening around you. तुम्हारे आसपास क्या हो रहा है? What are the problems that people are facing? किस एरियाज में इनएफिशिएंसी है? ओके, मतलब अभी काम इस तरीके से हो रहा है जो कि बहुत इनएफिशिएंट है. जब तुम प्रॉब्लम आइडेंटिफाई करोगे, उसी के बाद तो स्टार्टअप करोगे. मतलब ये तो फिर वही बात होगी कि मुझे स्टार्टअप करना है, बट मुझे नहीं पता किस चीज का करना है, बट मुझे करना है, राइट? So I think it should be in this way, that first try to understand, first try to observe things around you and see that in which space, what idea you have, which is making people's life easy and moving them from an inefficient way to an efficient way. And then when the problem statement is very clear in your mind, then you can decide कि हाँ मुझे इस area में startup करना है, मुझे ये problem solve करनी है. I cannot tell you how to do a startup जब तक मुझे ये नहीं पता कि तुम क्या problem solve कर रहे हो. Because obviously, again, different problems will have different solutions, and there would be a different way to build different solutions. So first try to identify what problem you're trying to solve, and that would be a business idea, and that would be the first step towards your startup.
Okay, sir. So before we conclude today's session, we have a new element in today's talk show, which is the rapid fire round. So I'll be providing you with two options and you will have to quickly choose any one of them.
यार ये मुझे नहीं पता था. This is not fair. Okay, I just request you to ask me very easy questions, right? Because
Sir, these are very easy questions.
I'm not good at rapid fires. So
sir, it's just your personal choice. You just have
Okay.
to choose one option. So beginning with solo entrepreneur or partnership.
partnership.
Morning person or night person.
Night person.
Virtual networking or physical networking.
Physical networking.
Cricket or table tennis.
Cricket.
Consistent growth or reaching unicorn status in 4 years.
Consistent growth.
Over to you, Samanvay.
Yeah, there are some few questions more as well. So the first is, if a movie was made out of your life, what would be its title according to you?
Accidental entrepreneur.
Okay. So favorite startup in India?
Zerodha.
Okay. Startup in India that you feel needs to slow down a bit.
Will not answer. It's a very controversial. I think which needs to slow down a bit.
Yeah.
यार ऐसे मत पूछो. I cannot say anything about any company because कोई slow ना हो यार. I wish everyone grows at a very double speed.
No
Okay.
problem, sir.
Sometimes valuation of a startup is influenced. Is it true or false according to you?
Sometimes, sorry, can you come again?
Sometimes valuation of a startup is influenced. So according to you, is it true or false?
This influence, I mean, if you just give me a context in what sense you're saying that evolution of a startup, I mean,
It can be influenced in any way according to you.
I think if you're talking about getting inspired by something and then evolving a startup, right?
Yeah.
I think most of the startups are influenced because बहुत कम होता है कि हमें कोई आइडिया आता है, बट मैं तुम्हें जनरली बता रहा हूँ कि ऐसा होता है कि हम कुछ अपने आसपास देखते हैं जिससे इन्फ्लुएंस होकर हम कुछ करते हैं. होता है, कोई बोलता है ना कि मेरे पास ये बिल्कुल ही यूनिक आइडिया है. बहुत कम केसेस में होता है. इन मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस इट्स either influenced by a piece of literature, or it's influenced by music, or it's influenced by some art, or it's influenced by something that is happening in foreign country. But most of the times it is influenced. Even what Apple did also was influenced. If I talk about who made the first personal computer, Apple was not the first company, or IBM was not the first company who made the first personal computer. Do you know this thing? The idea of personal computer, they got influenced by a computer that was developed by Xerox, जो Xerox की photocopy machine होती है. So Xerox was the first company that made the personal computer. They just forgot what to do with it, or they did not know what to do with it. So getting inspired by that particular thing, Apple started with this Macintosh, and Microsoft also got influenced by Apple. So ये तो बहुत बहुत होता है. I mean.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. You made our evening. I'm sure all the participants also agree to this. It was indeed a pleasure hosting you for our talk show. We hope that everyone enjoyed today's session and it helped and motivated everyone. Lastly, I would request all the participants to please fill the feedback form. Thank you.
Right. And guys, if you want to connect with me in person also about fundraising or anything, you can feel free to reach me out on Instagram, or maybe you can fill the form that we would be sharing on group. But yes, I mean, you can choose either of the ways. Thank you everyone again for joining on Saturday evening, and I hope that I did justice to that. And happy Diwali to everyone, to you and your family. Take care and stay safe.
Thank you, sir.